working mom. And she goes, it can be incredibly overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I just need a break.
Wow.
And then we find out she's had a full-time nanny for 5 years.
What?
Who takes the kids to school.
What do you guys do at home?
Oh my God!
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
For years, Meghan Markle has orchestrated her public image like a Hollywood blockbuster. Every angle, every headline, every photo carefully directed as if the world were her personal set. But what happens when the cameras stop rolling, when the spotlights fade? According to one insider who was actually there, who saw, heard, and lived it, the fairy tale wasn't quite what we were told. This isn't just another royal gossip story. This is the voice Meghan never wanted you to hear, the nanny who claims that working inside the Sussex household felt less like childcare and more like surviving a meticulously staged illusion.
Another nanny nightmare for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
She claims the rules were bizarre, the tension constant, and the so-called family moments more scripted than genuine behind Meghan's dazzling speeches about compassion and authenticity. This insider offers a chilling alternative view, a world of control, secrecy, and questions no PR spin could ever erase. If life inside the Sussex household was truly flawless, why did those living within its walls feel like outsiders peering in? And just when you think you've heard everything, wait until you hear what she reveals about Archie and Lilibet.
The nanny that the couple have been relying on for some time wants out.
Because according to her, that's when the story jumps from odd to outright shocking. Even before the nanny set foot in the Sussex mansion, the job description gave her pause. This wasn't a standard royal posting, it read more like a high-stakes casting call. Every word was exacting, every requirement strangely personal. She was told Meghan wanted a caregiver who was discreet, adaptable, and, most importantly, unobtrusive. Translation: competent, but invisible. Rumors among staff whispered that Meghan didn't want anyone in her home who might outshine the brand. Candidates speculated that appearance, social media presence, and even personal relationships were quietly examined before an offer was considered.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had got through 3 nannies in just 6 weeks, and that's because working for this couple is incredibly difficult.
A nanny with her own children? Too complicated. Someone in a relationship? Too risky. The message was unmistakable. Your entire life must revolve around Meghan. This job didn't just require professionalism, it demanded full-on devotion. Flexibility wasn't about schedules, it was about loyalty. Late-night requests, constant availability, and zero personal privacy became the unspoken rules. What should have been a family role felt more like serving in a private institution where one misstep could end it all. Even stranger, applicants were warned that access to the children was entirely on Meghan's terms. No clear hours, no casual affection, no natural bonding, only order, silence, and precision. The nanny nearly walked away until curiosity got the better of her. Because hidden in the polished instructions was one chilling line: all activities within the residence are subject to observation. And she hadn't yet realized just how literal that warning truly was.
Once the agency creates a list of potential hires, you meet with that nanny. Then you have to meet with another one of Meghan's assistants. These are 2 separate auditions. Then you sign an NDA, which grants you access to Harry and Meghan. So this is the 3rd interview.
When the nanny arrived at the Sussex estate, she expected a standard interview, not an audition under constant surveillance. From the moment she crossed the threshold, something felt off. The home was spotless, but unnervingly quiet, as if every sound had been rehearsed. She was instructed to go through a normal trial day, maintain the environment, observe routines, stay relaxed. What no one mentioned: every movement, every gesture, every smile was being recorded. Hidden cameras captured it all. Later, she realized this wasn't about security. It was Meghan's way of studying potential staff like characters in her own private production. Too confident? Labeled unmanageable. Too quiet? Not engaging enough. The goal wasn't simply to hire a nanny, it was to find someone who could vanish seamlessly into Meghan's meticulously curated world. When the formal interview finally began, Meghan's questions felt less about childcare and more like psychological testing. How do you handle being corrected? She asked. How do you respond when people misinterpret your intentions? Subtle, yes, but loaded. It became clear. The role demanded emotional obedience, not just competence.
The agency has specifically been instructed to hide Harry and Meghan's identity from the applicant. They just want to make sure you're comfortable working with Meghan because of her reputation.
By the end of the day, the nanny realized she hadn't met a family, she'd stepped onto a set. And on this set, one person always had final cut. From the outside, the Sussexes looked seamless, a royal couple charting their own path. But behind the walls of their California mansion, subtle tensions hinted at a deeper divide. Prince Harry, raised under structure and protocol, wanted his children nurtured with the same professionalism he'd grown up with, a Norland-trained nanny, discreet, loyal, a symbol of stability. Meghan saw it differently. She wanted modern, informal, stylish, socially aware. Someone who fit her California image. The clash wasn't about childcare, it was about identity. Harry's world revolved around duty, Meghan's revolved around image. Every detail, from the nanny's accent to her attire, became a silent tug-of-war between two visions of family life. Sources say the disagreements weren't explosive, but they were tense, punctuated by long silences and polite smiles that barely hid irritation. Harry invoked warmth and tradition, Meghan countered with independence and privacy. Behind the perfectly staged Instagram moments, two philosophies quietly collided. In the end, Meghan's vision prevailed. The traditional uniforms vanished. Formality faded. What remained was a home that reflected her, curated, pristine, beautiful, and tightly controlled.
I'm working so hard. Is she really? Or is she just saying she is?
Well, according to their tax documents, they work 1 hour a week.
Prince Harry adjusted, but those close to him noticed the subtle shift. The nanny, caught in the middle, soon realized this wasn't just a household, it was a brand. Even love seemed to need approval inside those walls. Among the quiet whispers floating through the mansion, one topic stood above the rest, yet no one dared speak of it aloud. Working long hours, the nanny began to notice something strange. Despite her constant presence, there were no signs of an expectant mother. No morning doctor visits, no prenatal routines, no maternity clothes tucked into laundry baskets, no preparations for a newborn. At first, she chalked it up to privacy. After all, Meghan controlled her image with meticulous care. But as days stretched into months, the silence became impossible to ignore. Staff exchanged knowing glances, but avoided questions. Then came public photos showing Meghan with a baby bump, and confusion rippled through those who had been inside all along. The nanny admitted she didn't want to believe the rumors, but her experience directly contradicted the public story. It just didn't match, she recalled. I never saw what I was supposed to see. Some staff had been warned not to comment, told certain topics were off limits. The atmosphere grew heavy, as if the truth itself were locked behind those pristine walls. For a woman whose brand is built on authenticity, the contradictions were jarring. And for those living inside that curated reality, one question echoed endlessly in the quiet nursery. Were they protecting privacy or simply perception?
I'm a great mum, I'm a great wife, I'm a great friend, I'm also incredibly modest. I mean, what a boaster. Stop boasting about yourself. What's wrong with her? She is racked with epic insecurity, isn't she?
Weeks passed, but something about the Sussex home felt off, eerily incomplete. The rooms were immaculate, almost museum-like, far too perfect for a house supposedly filled with the laughter of small children. The nanny searched for signs of Archie and Lilibet, scattered toys, crayon marks, fingerprints on glass, tiny clothes and hampers. Nothing. No bedtime routines, no cries, not even a misplaced pacifier. It was as if the idea of children existed, but not their presence. She wondered if the kids were kept elsewhere for privacy. Yet, even on days when family gatherings were rumored, the house remained unnervingly still. The public saw a loving family. She saw a performance without an audience. The more she searched for proof of ordinary life, the more convinced she became. The story of children was real, but the children themselves were not. When the Sussexes' Netflix documentary premiered, she watched like the rest of the world, but for her, it was personal. The glossy family montages didn't match the house she had known. Living room decor subtly shifted. Windows faced another direction. Even the sunlight fell differently. That wasn't our house, she murmured to a former coworker. At least, not the one we worked in.